You know what we do with stuff that we don't like on this channel. It's Christmas, so I thought it would be fun to make a Santa hat. Little did I know that this easy project would be a little less easy than I expected. Although, with my track record, I should have predicted that. But fear not, I've got your back, and by the end of this video, you'll not only know how to make a Santa hat, but how not to make a Santa hat. Yes, learn from my mistakes, my pretties. We've learned from our Viking hood making that we should most definitely make a paper pattern first. So that's what we're going to do. And then you can use that paper pattern to make more Santa hats. You could make all of the Santa hats. So grab a large piece of paper, a pencil, and a measuring tape. Next, you're going to measure your cranium. Got that number? Great! Now write it down so you don't forget. Do it for future you. They will thank you. Now take that number that you measured, the circumference of your noggin, and divide that number in half. Now draw a line near the bottom of your sheet of paper that is half the length of the measurement of your cranium. Now you get to decide how long you want your hat to be. From what I've read on my extensive research on this topic, typically a Santa hat is around 15 inches long. But I didn't want my Santa hat to be only 15 inches. So if you're extra like me, you're going to want to measure from the top of your head down to the back to where you'd want your Santa hat to end, and then use that number instead. Mine will be 18 inches long. Then you're going to make a triangle in the most painstakingly way possible that is as tall as the length of the hat that you want. Make sure that the longest sides of your triangle are the same length by making sure that the point of the triangle is in the center point of your bottom line, if that makes any sense. Then make a curved edge at the bottom of the triangle using a string and a pencil. And also do this in the most painstakingly way possible. But don't get frustrated because you're filled with Christmas spirit. Cool, now cut out your triangle. Now take a piece of red fabric that you're going to use for your hat and fold it in half, right sides facing each other. Place one side of the triangle against the folded edge, and add 1 inch of seam allowance around the outer edge. Then cut out the fabric. Now all you have to do is pin up the long side of the hat and sew it together. My first attempt was with felt fabric that I thought I needed for this project. And all I'm going to tell you is to not use felt. Oh my God, just no. Look at that travesty. So then I pulled out the red wool I was going to use in the first place and repeated the last few steps. Yes, much better. Okay, so now you need some fur for the trim. You will need a length of fur that is as long as your cranium measurement. Good thing you wrote that down, right? You did write it down, didn't you? Good. You need a piece of fur that length plus 1 inch for seam allowance. And you'll need it to be as wide as 4 inches if you want the fur at the bottom of your hat to be 2 inches wide, plus a little bit extra for seam allowance. Now take and measure and cut your fur. Oh shoot! You don't have a piece long enough? Well, please do not choose other fur that you have. That is most assuredly too thick for this project. And then don't try to remedy that fact by spending an hour of your time trimming it down with dog grooming shears only to discover after forcing the fur through your sewing machine that it won't work for the project anyway. No, please don't do that. Do get a cup of tea and take a well-deserved craft break. And once you've come to your senses, and then either purchase a piece of fabric the size that you needed in the first place, Or realize that if you sew two pieces of the more suitable fur together, it won't look like the hot piece of garbage you thought it would. Isn't that better? Yes. Yes, it is. Now sew the two ends of your piece of fur together to create a loop. Make sure your hat piece is right side out for the next step. Then pin the fur to the inside of the hat and sew around the edge. Flip the fur to the outside. Roll and pin down the outer edge. And then sew that edge to the hat with white thread. Hooray! You're almost done. All you need now is the pom-pom for the top of the hat. Amazingly, you can make a pom-pom out of a rectangular piece of fur. Fold that piece in half with right sides facing each other. Pin the edges, then use something round that's going to fit within the boundaries of your fur to draw a circle on that fur. Then sew around that circle, but leave an opening. Then cut out your circle, making sure you cut on the outside of the stitches you made. Then flip it inside out. We're almost there. Now stuff it with a bit of stuffing, and holy Krampus, we have a pom-pom. I honestly thought this was pretty neat. I didn't know that's how you made a fur pom-pom until I did this project. Now all you have to do is sew the pom-pom onto the top of your hat, or the end of your hat, depending on how you're looking at it. This is best done by inserting the top of the hat into the hole you left on the pom-pom and stitching the hole closed through the hat. Now you can try on your hat and marvel at your own Christmas handiwork. Congratulations! You made a Santa hat. My round of applause for you. Go out, share it with your friends, show them what you have made so they can marvel at your Christmas brilliance, and then make 50 million more, because in the end it really wasn't that difficult if you don't do what I did. Also, can we just talk about this felt? You know what we do with stuff that we don't like on this channel? We throw it away over there. Bye bye. And if you want to see how I made a Santa coat using this wool, you should watch this video next. My name is Pam, and this is Total Pammerky, the craft channel with a little anarchy. Until next time, bye.